So, for the last few days, a lot of people online have been speculating that Donald Trump has, you know, died. President Donald Trump is no longer with us. So, today he did a press conference and he said this line right here that really caught my attention.
I've thrown out the concept. We have great teachers that love our children. The parents love the children. Teachers love the children too. And if you took a small percentage of those teachers that were in the military, that were
Okay.
distinguished in the military, that were in the National Guard, et cetera, and you let them carry, that's something that a lot of people like. I sort of liked it. I'd have to be studied, but they're trained. They know about weapons. You can't do it with every teacher because most teachers don't know, and But I always thought that would be an alternative. But it just we've had a lot of instances. Other countries have also. They have different kinds of problems than we have, but we do have. There's something going on.
Oh, I'm actually really jealous of this. This is an idea that I didn't think about. I mean, keep in mind, I'm just some guy on the internet. Who knows? But very interesting. Teachers with military services across all the schools geared up, you know? That's a thought. That's a solution, I guess. Military trained teachers. I thought I'll just take a look at it and see what the numbers look like. Okay, so right now there are about 4 million teachers in the US. Of the 4 million, 2% of them have military training or are military veterans. Okay, and if you drill in a little bit further, of that 2%, which works out to be like 80 to 100,000 teachers that have military training or experience, right? 10 to 15% of those people already work for a military school. Okay, so now you're left with like just a very small pool of teachers that fit this particular requirement. To solve that problem, there are two options, right? One, send all the teachers to boot camp, or two, provide classes, range time, and licensing for all the teachers to get firearm training. So let's look at those options just to, see what it would cost. Okay, scenario one, you send all the teachers to boot camp. Okay, there are about 4 million teachers or so. Average cost to send someone through military boot camp is around $15,000 to $20,000, right? So that would be 60 to 80 billion dollars to have the teachers go through boot camp. And that's just not considering all the coursework and study time that they would have done, licensing that they would have gone through to become a teacher in the first place. They do that, then they go to boot camp, then they go teach a kindergarten class. Okay, so that's scenario one. Scenario two, probably more realistic, maybe. Send all the teachers to gun safety classes, firearm training, and whatnot. Just basic training, probably around $500 per teacher. And then if you get all the bells and whistles, up to $1,000 per teacher, that works out to be $2 to $4 billion to do that. So I don't know. Those are the two options to that basically that's what Trump is floating out there right now. And I've heard this a while ago that this was a plan that could have happened, but I don't know. What do you guys think? It's just funny to think this is a possible solution compared to all the other ones that we have.